intensity of the Hispanic voter versus the intensity of the Trump traditional voter that's going to the rallies.
What about the intensity of people who just think that we ought to be done with the Clintons? Just be done with them. That you could list off a gazillion scandals, and including the recent stuff with her, and that just sick of it. I mean, I feel personally that was the intensity in my vote. I overlooked a lot of stuff I didn't like about Donald Trump because I just thought it was going to be much, much worse for the country if Hillary Clinton was in the Oval Office.
Well, I think there's no question that there's a big intensity for getting rid of this chapter in American history of the Clintons. But I have to give it to the Clinton campaign. They did two things really well, and it was not unlike the Obama machine. You know, look, Obama should not have won re-election. His policies were a disaster. People were tired of him. There was an intensity to get rid of him. Obamacare was failing. The world was a mess. He was disengaged. He was more interested in being in Hollywood, the terrible manager of the federal government. But he won, and he won because they raised a ton of money, and so did the Hillary Clinton campaign. And that means that they have the ability to saturate the market with ads and with people registering other people to vote and blurring the lines, because the entire Hillary Clinton campaign, let's be very honest, was not about anything but anti-Trump. The Hispanic voter who is intent on voting and who's excited to vote, they're not voting for Hillary Clinton. They're voting against Donald Trump. So Hillary Clinton has a real problem if she's elected president, because she really doesn't have a big core base of people that like her. She has a big core base of people that if she is elected, that held their nose, didn't really love Trump. Now, conversely, I think the opposite is true for Trump. If Trump wins, it's because he has a mandate of the majority of people who say we are tired of Washington, D.C., and we need a change.
Rick, I know you're going to be on the edge of your seat tonight, so we'll be talking to you in the next few days as we figure out what actually happened. Rick Cannell is a Fox News contributor and an expert in foreign policy, owing to his many years being a spokesperson for the U.S. ambassador to the UN and, of course, the Project to Restore America. Rick, thanks a lot.
Thanks, John.
Okay, more of your calls. If Trump were to lose tomorrow, and I don't really think he will, but let's say for argument's sake he does, who are you going to blame? 888-788-9910. Carl in Tennessee, shame on Christine for voting for Trump. What do you mean, Carl?
She's a woman. She has a daughter. It's disgusting. People are degenerates.
Wait a minute. So because she's a woman, she owes Hillary Clinton a vote?
No, she doesn't have to vote for president. That's disgusting.
Oh,
she has a daughter.
Oh.
You know, one day she's going to have to explain that to her daughter.
Oh, somebody, please, they got the children.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, Carl, thanks a lot. Good luck. Maybe if you have a daughter, you'll have to explain Bill Clinton to her. Christine just came back in the room. Carl in Tennessee thinks it was disgusting, Christine, that you would vote for Trump and you have a daughter.
Carl, I would feel the same way. I would feel disgusted if I voted for Hillary having a daughter.
Right.
So, is he gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
Did you defend me?
Yes.
What did you say?
I said, how do you feel about voting for Hillary and having explained Bill Clinton to your daughter?
And what did he say?
Yeah, whatever.
Did you explain that I was just a little minion going to get your coffee?
No,
I wasn't here.
I didn't explain that. Because, see, if I said that, that's an HR violation. And then I'd be in trouble.
That broad? Oh, she's out getting me coffee.
By the way, did you say the boss is coming in?
The boss called, not too keen on the bet that you and I have made. And also, by the way, what will you do when you lose?
Oh, that's not part of the bet.
No, if you lose, you have to go in a barrel.
That's not part of the bet.
Well,
all right. How about this? I'll walk around the ranch in a barrel.
I think it's a little different. You walking around your private...
The boss is going to fly me up, put me up in a hotel, so I can walk around Times Square in a barrel?
Fine, but you have to drive to Dallas and walk downtown Dallas in a barrel.
Like, there's nobody there.
Goes ahead and Glenn Beck. But anyway, he will be calling in tomorrow to the show because he said he doesn't think that's a good idea.
Well, it's an opportunity for me to talk him into it. I'll try. Bill in Virginia, why would you blame me?
John, I will most certainly blame you. I think you would be the sole reason that Trump would lose today. You know, you switched allegiances. I was with you. I was a Kasich voter. You got on the Trump train. I got on the Trump train. I've read your blog posts. I've seen your tweets, whatever they're called. And now,
in my case, twits. 888-988-9910. Gibson on Fox. I still think he might win, actually. So there.
You're with John Gibson. John Gibson. This is Fox News Talk.
Headline Rewind.
1993.
Our democracy must be not only the envy of the world, but the engine of our own renewal. There is nothing wrong with America that cannot be cured by what is right with America.
At 12:18 this afternoon, we got a call for a report of explosion in the basement of 3 World Trade Center.
I was blown across the room. Everything went black. It felt like a tomb. Then the lights came on, safety lights, so we ran out just trying to find a way out.
It took like 2 hours to get down. People were passing out, and it was horrible.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time for peace has come.
On July 2nd, 1991, I had sexual relations with Amy Fisher at the Freeport Motel.
News as it happened then, news as it happens now.
This is Fox News Talk.
When I have an asthma attack, I feel scared. It's like tiny nails in the air poke my lungs. I start to cough. Sometimes my parents have to take me to the hospital.
Today, 1 out of 13 children suffer from some form of asthma, accounting for nearly 1/3 of all emergency room visits.
I feel like I'm choking. It's kind of like an elephant is on my chest. A little whistle sound comes out when I breathe.
But while your child may suffer from asthma doesn't have to make your child suffer. There are simple ways you can prevent your child's next attack. To learn more, log on to www.noattacks.org or call your doctor, because even one attack is one too many.
I feel like a fish with no water.
Brought to you by the EPA, the Ad Council, and this station.
Can you tell if this burger contains bacteria that could cause kidney failure? Listen. Can't, can you? You can't see it either. There's only one way to tell if you've cooked meat and poultry to a bacteria-killing temperature. Use a food thermometer. It's not an extra step or a nice to have. Raw or undercooked meat may contain bacteria that can make you very sick, or worse. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year, and roughly 3,000 will die. But you can keep your family safer by using a food thermometer every time. Learn more about this and other important information. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. That's foodsafety.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Now, from the historical audio archives of Fox News Talk.
The 39th President of the United States, Jimmy Carter, addresses the Camp David Accords between Israel and Egypt that, on March 26, 1979, led to a negotiated peace between the two nations, the first between Israel and any of its Arab neighbors.
The countrysides of both lands are free from the litter and the carnage of a wasteful war. Mothers in Egypt and Israel are not weeping today for their children fallen in senseless battle. The dedication and determination of these two world statesmen have borne fruit. Peace has come to Israel and to Egypt.
Stay tuned to hear more history as it unfolds before your ears. It's the audio archives of Fox News Talk. It's Kilmeade and Friends.
If he loses, though, by a substantial margin, I don't want him contesting the election. There's no way you can corrupt an election to the point where you're going to turn a series of states around. There's no reason to do anything except for, of course, I'm going to trust the process. I believe in the process and I believe in the American people. I believe the founding fathers set something up, but I am going to make sure that this is on the up and up because I don't believe her.
Kilmeade and Friends. Be a part of it live weekday mornings at 9 East, 6 West, or get the podcast at KilmeadeandFriends.com.
You know, Greg Palcott, Christine, our friend over in the London Bureau.
I sure do know him.
He's a Fox News guy, and he goes, to all the worst places and gets shot at and beat up and stuff. And his father's 103.
Still alive?
Yeah, and went out and voted today.
Oh.
Yeah. And Greg wrote an essay about it. I'm going to share it right there on Facebook.
That's going to be you, John.
Well, not a chance. I've done so many things to make sure I don't reach that age.
Can you imagine you have another 33 years to go?
Well, I'd have to stop doing everything I do.
More smoothies.
Like knock that off. Okay, should Trump lose, who are you going to blame? I'm asking this question because there's a prediction that civil war will break out in the Republican Party. 888-788-9910. Dennis in Florida, you're going to blame Trump mostly. Why?
Not mostly, just partly. Okay. I got to blame several aspects of it that come into play. We got to stop falling for these deceptions. You might remember I called you about a week ago about the FBI reopening the case. I saw all this coming. Knew he was going to come out a couple days before the election and free her up again. But I think this is more of a request, John, and hopefully you can pass it on. I just hope that whether he wins or loses, I hope Fox Network will entertain competing with the mainstream network by adding a national news at the local networks at 6 and or 11. I just think with the talents of the likes of Megyn Kelly, I think they can really make a difference.
Dennis, I'd hate to break this to you, but this is I think it's probably a 60-story building. It could be 300 stories, and it wouldn't describe the difference between the top rungs of Fox and me. I don't think that they're going to listen to me about any of this. Now, I will tell you this. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if there was a Shepard Smith newscast for the Fox stations, a national newscast. He, for instance, if you're watching election coverage tonight on your local Fox station, not the Fox News Network or the Fox Business Network, but your local station, it'll be Shep who is anchoring it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Where will you be?
Right here. 9:00, me and Tom Sullivan. Oh, man, is it that time already?
Time flies when you're having fun.
You guys come back tomorrow. Swear to God.
Make sure you come at 7 a.m. Eastern time. We'll be here.
This is totally weird. Did you pick this, Stephen? A jazz tune, huh? Yeah. The song is You. Kenny Cox is the birthday guy. He'd be 76. He died in 2008. Jazz pianist and band leader, best known as leader of the Kenny Cox and the Contemporary Jazz Quintet. GibsonRadio.com. Go there, join up, get the podcast. Follow me on Twitter.